What is going on, guys? Sterling with Handsome WP, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at our One Click Upsell plugin and how to create a custom upsell page using maybe some of your building templates or elements. So if you're using Elementor or you're using Divi or Oxygen or something like that, you're going to be able to create really beautiful custom upsell pages that really the skies are the limit on the customization you can do. So let's jump right into it. First things first, we're going to come down to One Click Upsells, and then I already have a funnel created, and in this funnel we are selling what I'm calling the big tent. So we're selling a big tent, and if somebody purchases our big tent, we are going to upsell them to our amazing backpack. So it's going to give them that offer for an amazing backpack. And we're giving them a 50% discount, so that is awesome, and this is all set up. Now on my first offer, if we come down here to offer display method, you can see that we have it set to default page. So when you first install One Click Upsell, you'll be prompted to create your default upsell page, and that is done automatically for you. It creates a page and adds the shortcode to that page for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. You can always select default and it's going to look good. It's just not going to be super customized. So let's take a look at what this looks like on the front end. So we are going to come back to our funnels page, and there's a little awesome button here called quick test. You can always just quick test your flows. So let's come here. You can see big tent. We're going to click to proceed to checkout. Here you can see all my info is filled out, and then I'm going to click place order, and instead of going to the checkout page, it's going to take me to and I'm kind of zoomed in so it looks a little bit funny, but you get the idea. So there's my backpack image. Here you can see I have my amazing backpack. Here's my pricing. So I'm getting it's $49 instead of the full amount, and then I can click buy now or no thanks. If I click no thanks, I'm taken to my checkout page, and it was not added to my order. If I would have clicked yes, it would have added that to my orders. So that's how it works currently. So what we're going to do first is we need to create a custom page. Now I've already created a page that I called custom upsell page. So let's take a look at what that page looks like. So here I just have the best backpack in the world. I have a little description. I have my buttons. I have my image. It's maybe some companies that use our backpack or bloggers or something like that. And then some testimonials that just tell people about how awesome our backpack is. So let's take a look at how we set this page up and the different elements on it. So first things first, I just created my page, and I'm using Oxygen in this example if you can't tell, but the exact same processes will be done if you're using Oxygen or Elementor or Gutenberg or whatever you're using. It doesn't really matter. You're going to want to go through these same steps. So I created my page, I published it, and then I clicked edit with Oxygen. And then once I was in the back end, I went down to add, and I went to my library, and this process is going to be different for each different builder. If you're using, say, generate blocks, you'll want to add the block content section in the actual Gutenberg builder. But I was able to go to my design kit. I'm able to grab elements from my design kit. So I selected a hero, which was this hero with the backpack, and I swapped out my image for the backpack. I updated my text to the text I wanted. And then I went down to the testimonials, and I added my testimonial block in, which you can see here. So now that I have my hero and my testimonial added, let's talk about the buttons. So how do we know where to add the buttons and how to add them? So I have my two divs that contain my content for this section. And then if I come down to my first div, you'll see that I have another div that's contained called purchase buttons. So I just added a div where I wanted my buttons to be called purchase buttons. And if you're using, of course, it's going to be different for different builders, but I'm just using the grid layout, and that way I'm able to break it into two columns, and I added just two shortcode elements inside of my purchase buttons div. So here you can see is my yes button, and here is my no button. And then if you go back to One Click Upsell and you click on this tab that says shortcodes, it's going to give you the shortcode for your yes button and for your no button. So when you set a page to your upsell page, a custom upsell page, it's going to pass all the necessary stuff. And if you have these shortcodes on the page, it's going to become your yes button, which will add the upsell product to your order, or the no, which will not. It will trigger whatever you set up for your no action. So all I've done is set up those shortcodes. You can see I copied in my yes shortcode. Here's my no, I copied in my no shortcode. And then here you can see I have a text element inside of each of these. Now you could use a span, you could use a button tags, you could use whatever you wanted that's gonna get you a nice looking button. In this example, I'm just using a text element, and I have a button medium class being applied, and then I have button primary on my main button, and then on my secondary button I just have button secondary, so I have two different colors on each button, and then I just put a little frowny face and change the text for these text elements. So I have my yes button is add to my order, and my no button is I'm okay with missing out with a frowny face. So once you have that set up, that is it. You now have your shortcodes that are going to have your yes and no button integrated with your page. So let's head back to, let's actually demo this page on the front end. And like you saw before, we have our add order and I'm okay with missing out buttons right there. Everything else is looking great and working just like it should. So now we just need to enable this page instead of our default upsell page option. So let's head back to our One Click Upsell again, and we're going to click edit. We're going to come down to our offer, and we're going to select our offer display method as custom page. Now you can see I have a page ID in here. You can do it with page ID. You can do it with URL if you like. So you can literally just copy this page URL and then paste it in here as well. I like the page ID just because there's no accidental added slashes, or you don't accidentally mess it up. And the way you would get your page ID is just edit your page in WordPress and then look at your URL, and it's going to have a little bit that says post equals, and then it's going to give you the ID of your page. Copy that ID, come back to your funnel and paste that into your offer custom page. So now that we have that updated, we're going to come down and save our changes, and then we're going to come back to our quick test button. Now let's quick test our order. So here it's added my big tent to my cart. I'm going to proceed to checkout. I've already added everything. I'm going to scroll down and place my order. Now instead of going to the default template, it's going to take me right to my beautiful custom template that I just built. And you can see that everything's working the way it should. And if I come and click add to order, it's going to redirect me to my thank you page, but it's going to add the amazing backpack at 50% off to my order. So super, super cool, super powerful. There really is not a shortage, guys, to the amount of custom upsell pages you can create. You can create them for every offer you have. So if I wanted to do a down sale in case they said no and I wanted to add another custom or another product and another custom page here, I could do that. The only thing that you really need to be sure of is that you include that yes and that no shortcode on that custom page. And if you make sure that you add those two shortcodes to your page, then everything is going to work perfectly, and it's going to be an awesome experience for your end users. And that is how to create a custom upsell page with One Click Upsells by Handsome WP. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Sterling. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, or if you want to learn more about our plugins, all those links are going to be in the description. And be sure to leave a comment. A like and subscribe also helps us out a ton. We're going to be creating a lot more content, not only about our plugins, but also just about how to do really cool things with your WooCommerce website. So your WordPress WooCommerce website. So if you have any requests for videos or anything like that, be sure to leave a comment, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.